Hello and welcome to another instalment of the Silver Citizen. This is about the fantastic news that's just broke. Obviously it's going to be a lot longer by the time this video is uploaded because at the minute I'm having trouble with my internet. My internet's down, so I don't know when it's going to be back up for me to post this video, but this one is about Rodri signing a contract extension. Absolutely fantastic news. The guy is class. He's by far and away the best holding midfielder we've got. One of the best holding midfielders in the league, in my opinion. I think in the Premier League, there's not that many. Probably Kante. That's probably it, I'd say, in the Premier League. That are better than Rodri, in my opinion. An holding midfield. As defensive midfielder. I'd probably say N'Golo Kante is probably the only one that on his day is better than Rodri. Not by much, but I do think Kante is just a little bit better than Rodri. Other than that, I can't really think of another older midfielder in this country that I would say is as good as Rodri or better. If you have any other opinions on that, you can leave a comment in the section below. But for me, absolutely fantastic news. To keep him here for 2027, another 5 seasons, brilliant. And there's talk of Foden being offered a contract. I hope he signs, I'm sure he will, he's a blue. Talk of Mahrez being offered a contract, but Mahrez has been offered a couple of contracts and still hasn't signed. I think we need to give him a deadline. You sign by this day, you find yourself in another club. Try and get some money for him. There's a few talks of people we're going to replace with Raheem Sterling, but that's how it is at the minute, talk. And it's transfer open, innit? So City get linked with every name under the sun. But Rodri, absolutely fantastic news. Fantastic. His first season, I don't think he did that great. He didn't play that many games, but I don't really think he did that great when he did get the chance. The second season, when most of it was played behind closed doors because of COVID, mixed reviews. That season, there was a lot of games that I thought he was fantastic, a lot of games that I thought he was average. When he played alongside Fernandinho, I thought he was poor. I thought his best performances for City have always been as a lone holding midfielder. So I'm hearing stories of Phillips not replacing him or challenging for a place for him in games they're going to be playing together. I hope that's not the case. I think that is the one part of Rodri's game which lets him down. He's much better as a single holding midfielder. And that's the way City play most of the time, so that's the way Atletico Madrid played most of the time. It's the way he's learned to play, as a lone holding midfielder. And he's brilliant at it. I think when he played with Fernandinho, in my opinion, didn't really happen last season, but the season before it happened a few times. There was a lot of times where he would leave it for Fernandinho and Fernandinho would be leaving it for him. And other times where they'd both go for the same ball and then they'd stop. And because they're both going for the same ball, the place where Rodri's just left leaves a man open or space. Or Fernandinho left. I think it was a bit indecisive that season, if I'm honest, with Fernandinho alongside him. But there was a vast improvement when he was on his own as the lone holding midfielder. And last year his level went up even more. It went from like there to there. I think his first season, like I said, I thought he was average that season. His second season, he went from average to, I'd say, good. Close to very good, but good. And then last season was great. He keeps on progressing at that rate. We're going to be talking about a world-class player, either this year or next. I don't like throwing that word around, world-class, with just, you have to earn it, and that's, in my opinion, why I think in the entirety of City's squad, as much as I think we've got a lot of great players, we've got a lot of excellent players, I think as overall players, for what they've done, I'd say we've only got 4 players in the entire squad that I would consider world class. I think Diaz is a world class defender, no doubt about that. I think Bernardo Silva's world class, Kevin De Bruyne is world class, and as a striker and goal scorer, Erling Haaland's world class. You only have to look at his numbers. They're world class numbers. And that's really all you need. When Barcelona won everything under Pep, I think they only really had 6 world-class players. Puyol for me was a world-class defender. Yaya Toure was world-class. Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, Henry. I don't think they had any other world-class players in that squad at that time. When United won the treble, say Vidic was world-class defender. Giggs was world-class. Keane and Scholes, for their position, were world-class. I don't think they had any other world-class players. In 08-09, which is probably the best team United had. 3 Champions League finals in 4 years, 3 league titles on the bounce, winning them all. Even then. No, sorry, in the treble, Yapstam. It wasn't Vidic, it was Yapstam. But in the 08-09 period that I'm talking about, Vidic was a world-class defender. Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney. Probably it. Liverpool, last year, the closest team anybody's ever got to winning the quad. Van Dijk, Salah, Mane. That's it. You don't need a host of world-class players. You need a handful of world-class players and the rest of the players to be at a level good enough. And that's what City have got. And with Rodri, like I said, one of, if not, in some people's opinion, the best holding midfielder in the country. For me, the only one that can challenge him for that title is N'Golo Kante. Obviously, if you go through the world, there's more in that respect, but absolutely fantastic news. I was buzzing when it came through a minute ago. Absolutely buzzing. He's 26. In 5 years' time, he'll be 31. Hopefully, before that contract runs out, we can tie him down for another couple of years. probably have until, what, 33, 34. Probably then start his slide like Fernandinho did. And move him on. But the fact that we've got him for 5 years, fantastic. Absolute buzzing news. Now, in case anyone else signs a contract extension or City signs someone, because even though they haven't made a bid, they continue with people saying, oh, they're going to be looking at Cucurella. Yeah, well, they haven't made a bid yet, so whether they are or not, I don't know. There's things talking about, oh, Pep's asked the club that he wants Joe Felix. Well, we haven't made a bid for him yet either. I've heard Serge Gnabry. I've heard Neymar. I don't want Neymar, but keep on hearing name after name after name. Now we're hearing Jules Koundé. There was a defender, I can't pronounce his name, from Leipzig. We've been thinking. Now we're fighting with, I think it said Real Madrid for Pau Torres. So, like I said, it's silly season. It's transfer window open, silly season, linked with everybody. Till it actually says City have had a bid rejected or City have had a bid accepted, then for me it's just rumour, it's just paper talk. But until City sign someone or extend the contract of someone, then the next time you hear from me will be after the Club America game. So until then, adios amigos.